in regards to rye spirit itself. So a little bit of research I've done on it was that rye almost died out because of prohibition. So pre-prohibition, rye was the #1 dominant spirit made in America.
Okay.
Was rye whiskey. It was everywhere. That was the most predominant. Most of our modern cocktails are actually that were wrote back then were actually written with rye whiskey. The old fashions. I always thought they try an old fashioned with rye whiskey because that's how the recipe was actually originally created. It's rye.
Did they stop farming it then? Is that what happened? Or?
Rye almost died out. There was a couple of distilleries on the East Coast that kept going post-prohibition. That kept rye going, and obviously the big distilleries up in Canada, they kept rye alive.
Rye whiskey's
but rye almost died out after prohibition because of American whiskey.
That's crazy.
American single malts, and then the bourbon craze and all that kind of stuff. So
Scotch.
They almost killed out. We almost lost rye in America completely.
Glad they brought it back.
Probably 10, 15 years ago, started making a resurgence. 20 years, something like that.
Takes a while though.
Yeah,
they
started making a resurgence in America for rye again. And, so yeah, good little fun.
What's your favorite way to enjoy bourbon? I gotta ask everyone this: neat on the rocks or a cocktail?
So I like my bourbon on the rocks typically, and a close second after that would be in an old fashioned.
Okay, perfect. Next one, any funny or memorable stories from your time distilling so far? That can include beer or spirits.
So my go-to story is when I was still a young brewer, when I was working in the brewing industry still. It was a nano brewery. We were making 90 barrels of beer at a time for a small bar in Arizona, and I was a very young brewer. It was a rookie, boneheaded move. I was knocking out, so I was transferring the wort through our heat exchanger, cooling it down into the fermenter so it can pitch the yeast and start fermenting. I didn't check all my valves from going point A to point B, and I use my finger because that's how I check my valves now. I point at each valve. Even now as a distiller, I point at each valve to make sure it's closed. So I was knocking out of the kettle, through the heat exchanger, through the wall, into the fermentation room, into the fermentation vessel. And I had the bottom drain valve completely open, so it was going down the drain. So it was 30 minutes of me knocking out 90 gallons of beer. I ended up catching it and saved 30 gallons. But I lost 60 gallons of beer for a nano brewery, which is a big hit for a nano brewery. Right down the drain. Didn't even realize it. It was a complete boneheaded move. I tell everybody that story. It's my favorite little story.
You learn from it, though.
That's right.
It won't ever happen again. All right. Last one. What's next for Grand Canyon Distiller? Any special releases you're coming out with? Projects on the horizon? So
every year we try to do at least one small batch production of something. Last year it was the dark rum that actually I'm drinking my rum and coke right here. So it's a barrel-aged, non-spiced, just a dark rum. So it's got the vanilla notes, the color, a little bit of caramel-y, but it's just a dark rum. It's delicious. There's no spices to it. It's really tasty. I love it in rum and cokes. It's my go-to. Since I just took over the distillery last year, I haven't had an option or an opportunity yet to do a small batch of anything. So my plan for next year, once this rum is done, I'm going to either do a spiced liqueur or a I forgot what it's called.
Suspense. It's okay.
I know, right?
We'll know later.
I can't think of it right off the top of my head. It's either going to be a spiced liqueur, so like a Jägermeister.
Yeah.
And I was going to do it two ways. That's what I was going to do. I was going to do one in the spring, so it's a clear liqueur with the spices and all that kind of stuff. With
and then age the other one.
Very spring flavors, not cinnamon, orange and whatnot. And then the other side, I was going to do very fall flavors. So your cardamom, your nutmeg, allspice, stuff like that, and put it in the barrel and age it all summer into the fall. And that way it'll be a darker spice liqueur. I really want them to be able to, our bartenders, be able to use the spring version to highlight cocktails we make here at the bar aromatically. And a little bit of alcohol, obviously, with a spice liqueur, but I really hope for that aromatic and that flavor to come in from that. Just a little touch in every cocktail.
It's like an art, so it makes sense.
Same thing with the fall drinks. When we ship over our fall menu, I want those fall flavors to come forward to help offset but to add to our fall cocktail list.
You see how crazy people go with pumpkins, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, correct.
You're on the right path. All right, last question. Pepsi or Coke?
My girlfriend's a Coke girl. I'm indifferent.
Okay.
I drink whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Legally, bourbon is bourbon. It's got to be in a virgin oak, American oak barrel for a minimum of 2 years. That's a requirement to be bourbon. We actually get the same flavor utilization in less than 2 years, just because our rick house is at a higher altitude, and the temperature swings combined with the altitude back and forth help age our bourbon and all of our spirits faster. So that way, but still legally, you have to have it in the barrel for 2 years to be a bourbon. But we're getting great flavors at a year and a half, even as low as a year, 12 months in. We're getting great flavor, but we still have to pull it in that barrel for at least 2 years.
Yeah.